Folks, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Nuthin. My next guest needs no introduction. It's Tom Brown. How are you, brother?
I'm good. I'm good, man. Thanks for having me up. Yeah.
Mate, absolute pleasure. Right, so what are we doing? This looks horrible.
Yeah.
What is it and what are we doing with it?
So it tastes better than it looks, doesn't it? So I'm going to do Hake Kiev. It's one of our favourite things from Cornerstone. Amazing. Everyone loves a Kiev, and obviously we do fish, so bring the two things together. But I'm going to break it down into just. You were saying that before then that I quite like this sort of tail piece. I'm just going to break it down, take some little portions off, but then sort of butterfly out the tail. Stuff this beautiful, make like a pesto sort of butter inside, and then with a little bit of basil hollandaise. So lovely. Right,
sounds amazing. Right, so what do we do to get cracking?
Let's, so I'll start doing the fish first.
Yep. Okay.
So block knives.
Fully branded up as well, I'm loving it.
Right. So first thing I'm going to do is take off the head. So like big knife like that.
Oh wow!
Straight through like that.
Would you keep that to use it for anything, or
use it for
a stock, or?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Roast it up. Hake's beautiful for that. Like really good for stocks. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do? What do you reckon? Portion for me and you about there, innit?
Yeah, looks good.
Lads, haven't we? Get that through, and then.
Fantastic.
I'm not just saying this because they're yours, but these are absolute joys. They are sick. They are lovely.
So tell me about why fish? Because at Cornerstone, you do fish, don't you? That's the thing.
Yeah.
So where did it all start for you?
Literally don't do anything but fish. Yeah.
It's all fish.
100%.
Amazing.
So yeah. So when I first opened the restaurant, because obviously I worked for Nathan.
Okay.
For a long time.
Nathan Outlaw.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
He was like the fish master, isn't he?
Yeah.
So new kid on the block.
New kid on the block now. He's got watch out, Nathan.
So yeah, obviously I worked for Nathan, and then growing up in Cornwall, it's like you're just used to seeing like beautiful seafood and beautiful produce.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Grew up on this stuff, like going fishing as kids and that sort of thing. So, it's just almost like it's in your DNA a little bit.
Of course, yeah.
And then worked for Nath. And then when I opened my own place, I was like, I'm going to branch out. Like, I've been cooking fish for 6 years now, just pretty much solely. So I was like, do a bit of meat or whatever. And just everyone wanted the fish.
Right.
And one day, Claude Bozzy was coming in for lunch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The 3-star Claude Bozzy.
Yeah. I mean, absolute legend. It's like so big as well and imposing.
He's a powerful character, isn't he?
Like very sexy as well.
Yeah.
And I was just like, if he says something, I'm gonna listen. So yeah, he had lunch, and I said to him afterwards, like, chef, I was like, anything you didn't like really. And he said, no. He said, I just don't. He said, I don't know why you bother doing meat. And I was like, do you not like it? He was like, he said, no, but like you just do fish. You do fish so well. So you do fish better than so many other people.
So why bother?
Yeah. So then we had the best staff tea ever because all the meat prep that we had. I was like,
it's gone. So you just made a decision there and then. Get rid of all the meat.
I thought let's try it. Let's just try it. And if people come and they want meat back, then we'll do it. But literally no one's ever asked. No one's ever said about can you put a
meat back on the menu?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So. No, and I think it's good. I mean, that's one of the nice things about, having your own place. It's like, with this place. If you want to do something, you just do it because you've got the freedom to do it. And I think all the best things are born out of like anything that's to do with like creativity. Is born out of that. Like rather than
it being forced.
Yeah, or someone going, well, you need to have a vegan menu available to try and make sure a Wednesday lunch you grow by 5% or whatever. So
you can do what you want.
Man. So so no, just the fish, and then it's like, I don't know. The other thing as well is like, there's people out there that just cook meat so much better than me. Like so much better. Like you look at people like, Brad and Gareth down at Innisea and that, and it's like, they just know that so much, and I'd rather just like
stick to what you know.
Stick to what I'm good at.
Mate, fantastic. So this year then, big year for you this year, wasn't it?
Big year,
mate. So was it always like an aspiration for a star, or was it like something that you just thought, we'll see what happens?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, so just look, I'm just going to show you that one.
Oh yeah, show me that. Yeah.
So just took it down each side.
Yeah. So what's
fold
that's
it back.
Bone
that's
in the
just
middle.
Bone there.
Yeah.
You just go like that.
Oh wow.
And then what you got is that nice, you know, and you're just going to stuff that up with some butter there.
Ah, stunning.
Just take off them little sort of fin bones there.
Okay.
And then stuff it up. It's quite nice, you know what I mean? And it's quite, sometimes them little tail bits are a bit wasted.
Okay.
You know,
people just tend to go for the...
For this like lovely gnawing, which is nice, you know what I mean? But if you can use these bits and charge 20 quid a go for them in a Hackney Wick restaurant.
And then away you go. Away you go. Amazing.
Amazing. No, the staffing is it's nice. I mean, look, you're an absolute liar as a chef if you sit there going, I don't want one of them Michelin stars. I don't want one of them. But you know, so when we opened, first year when we opened, everyone was going, oh yeah, Cornerstone, we'll get one. I was like, we've only been open a few. We haven't been open very long. Like, just don't worry about it. Don't watch it. And then, you know, it come around and everyone's going for it, tipping it, and you're like, oh well, maybe. And then didn't get it. And it was like, well, you know, we've only been open 5 months, and the rest of it's like, obviously that's fine. And then the second year it come around. And again, I mean, it's not a focus. Genuinely not a focus in the sense of like, you know, you're planning a menu and you're like, right.
Yeah, it's the be all and end all.
Is Michelin going to like this? Like, is Michelin going to like this?
Right, okay.
So that's not the thing. But, so just while I talk, just with this hake. Hake's quite like, you can see it's quite soft sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
So what I'm going to do.
It is,
So what I'll do is just a bit of salt. Just dry salt. You can put stuff in this to flavour it actually, it's quite nice.
Okay.
Like you can do. In fact, you know what? Just because it's Monday afternoon in Derby, we'll chuck some basil stalks and stuff on there just to get even more of that like basil sort of flavour.
Amazing.
Okay. That'd be quite nice.
So what's the salt doing then? Is it drawing?
It's just drawing out the moisture.
Right, okay.
And then what that allows is for you to cook it more like a piece of meat. It holds better.
Right, okay.
And when we stick it back together, as such, with the butter inside, what it does is it sort of sticks itself to itself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
So then you get that nice hold.
Nice, amazing.
But yeah, with the stuff, you know, and then year 2 come around and I thought, well, we've been there long enough now. And you know, you know what you do every day and you know what your team's like, you know, talented. So you're like, yeah, you know, I feel like we've done enough here. Yeah. And it didn't happen. Yeah. Right, like, I mean, not gonna lie, I was, you know, pretty gutted. Yeah. But, you just, what are you gonna do? Sit and cry, or do you just pick yourself up and
carry on?
Back? And so this year, and I mean, obviously COVID and all the rest of it. I wasn't thinking about it, and then and then just got mentioned like, oh yeah, about a star, and I just thought, I'm not even gonna sweat about it. I'm not gonna think about it. Yeah. And to be honest with you, that's probably one of the reasons what helped us win one. Yeah. Because once you start forgetting about all that, and it's not easy to just forget all that. Yeah. What you've got to do is just cook the best. And they said this to me when they presented it. They said, just, you know, you just got to do what you're doing. The best you can. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's a really simple philosophy, but like,
it is a simple philosophy, but it's gonna. If you can try and, if your main focus is on what you're doing, not trying to achieve stuff, like a whole watch kettle never boils, isn't it? That's crap. Yeah, exactly. If you're just so focused on one thing, then nothing's really going to get anywhere. That's interesting, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So yeah.
Right, so what we're doing?
So we're letting that salt. So then while that's going, we'll make the butter. Okay. So there's not a lot for you to do. You can just hang out with me.
I'm quite like
I'm going to do that.
I'll just drink beer.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah. So, like I said, it's like a pesto butter. So nice toasted pine nuts there.
Lovely.
Get them in. And this is a really, I mean, this butter is, I mean, it's one of them ones that when you make it in the kitchen, you're like, it's like literally eating fingers of butter. I mean, you know, you get like this, not eating fingers of butter. Oh, I was going to put some basil now, wasn't it?
So do you do a lot of cooking at home? Do you like translate what you do in the restaurant to home, or are you? I quite like asking this question.
I hate cooking at home.
Yeah.
But I genuinely hate it. Like, I don't have it. It feels really cramped.
Yeah.
And it's not for me. I mean, to be fair, just recently I've been staying over with a pal of mine, and his missus is vegan.
Right, okay.
And that's been quite good, you know, like cooking a lot of vegan stuff. And
it's
getting
something
into that.
different.
I think it's nice when you, I live on my own most of the time.
Yeah.
So like, I can't be asked to cook for myself.
Well, no, especially if you're cooking
just
all
for
day,
one.
you're just like,
yeah. So,
point? Yeah.
but when you're around other people,
yeah,
like it's nice, you know.
Yeah, definitely. So has the restaurant always been in the same place, Cornerstone?
Yeah.
Has it?
Hackney Wick, yeah.
Hackney Wick, yeah.
Edgy, East London, hipster. Like us
exactly.
two, yeah. Like
yeah.
us
Oh
two,
yeah,
definitely.
definitely. Tattoos and beards.
Exactly, yeah. That's all I've got. Take these away.
This is it. Nothing.
Take them away. I'll be a virgin.
Right, so we've got some toasted pine nuts.
Toasted pine nuts.
Yeah.
Garlic.
Yeah.
A little bit of parmesan.
Okay. Nice.
And then a bit of parmesan. Good bit of parmesan in there. It's always it's always nice. I'm gonna put a little bit of the basil in there as well.
Beautiful. So have you got a signature dish?
Well, yeah. I mean, this is probably one. But we change it a lot as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So through the seasons. So this was one that we had in the summer. Yeah. When it was the spring, we did it with hazelnuts.
Oh, nice.
In the butter inside.
Yeah, okay.
And then the hollandaise was wild garlic.
Oof.
And then we did one in the autumn and the winter where it was like stuff with like a mushroom butter, and then
nice.
truffle
same
hollandaise.
Dish, but then you're changing things slightly.
Yeah, exactly. That was a big
seasons.
Exactly. That was a big thing that Nath always said. Is like, especially with fish, right? Because fish is really, I mean, barring sort of foraging and whatever, it's the last. Yeah, go on. It's the last real like wild product.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, like.
Yeah.
I know you get farmed fish, but it's still out in the sea. It is still a thing, you know, like that.
Still there, yeah.
And you know, the weather is so intrinsic to fish.
Right.
So if you just go right, I've got a bass dish.
Yeah.
And you can't get bass. Yeah. You're fucked, right? You can't put it on the menu.
No.
So you need to have a dish that works with this, that, whatever, and the garnishes and whatever.
It's interesting that the dish remains the same, but what changes around is different.
Exactly, yeah. There you go.
That's what we have to do, just shake it.
That's all right, yeah.
What do I need to do to this to make it
work? Take it out. Just give it another shake.
Give it a shake.
Just give it a couple of goes. That rain, man.
It's coming down, isn't it?
Crazy. It's well nice getting off the train. I felt like, you know, getting out in Derby. First time in Derby. I know.
Have you ever been to Derby before?
No.
No. It's a lovely place.
Yeah, it's nice, yeah. I felt like I was on holiday when I got off the train.
They call it Barbados. Or so they say. I hate that phrase. Right. Oh yeah, beautiful. We'll figure it out.
All right. Fortunately, it doesn't need to be too smooth.
Oh, okay.
Because you want a little bit of texture in there with the nuts and whatever.
Oh, nice.
You want to get it. I mean, you want to get it like sort of even, but it doesn't need to be too smooth.
You still want a bit of a bite,
yeah,
like.
Exactly. Yeah. You want a little bit of texture in there.
Beautiful. Have you always been like? Was it I want to be a chef? Was that what it was?
No.
No.
No, not at all. No, my So no, I was. People aren't even going to piss themselves with it. I was always going to be a doctor. Don't you fucking laugh. You don't need to laugh.
No, I don't find that. I don't know why I find that funny. But it's I find it funny because it's such a far removed thing.
Yeah. So you know, like a lot of my family are like in medicine.
Okay.
So like when I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor. Wow. And then I hated classrooms in the end, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I hated them and didn't have a clue what I wanted to do. Forgot to put some salt in there, didn't I? I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do. So I was just like, I had like a little Sunday job at my local pub.
Okay.
Washing dishes, and they were like, well, you know, if you're not going to college anymore, do you want to like pick a few hours like in summer? And I was like, yeah, all right. I was like, it's going to be a bit shit, but like,
just do it anyway.
Not? Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
And I just really liked it. I like the instant gratification.
Yeah, there's something I totally understand that.
you know what I mean? And it's such a It's also like a universal language.
Okay.
There's so many things that I love about kitchens and the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
But one of them is like you make something, people like it.
Yeah.
And you see that. So it's like you do something, someone's happy, you see it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like very, very short term.
It's quite addictive though, isn't it? Because I'll never forget making a knife for somebody, and I had no intention of selling knives to start with. I just enjoyed making them.
Yeah.
And I remember showing them to somebody that said, I have to have that. And he said, no matter what it costs, I have to have it. And he fell in love with this knife. Yeah. And that feeling of making somebody so happy about something you've done is lovely. And you want to keep it going, don't you? You want
absolutely.
So I suppose with food, you know,
it's the business of happiness.
Yeah.
You think like when people go to a restaurant, why'd you go to a restaurant? Because you're going on a date. It's your birthday. You haven't seen your mum for a while.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
With friends, you're having a good time.
It's all about that, and I think that's why I designed the kitchen. I mean, I didn't design the kitchen, but why I went with like such an open kitchen,
an open style kitchen,
because it's like it makes you be better at your job as a chef. If you can see how people are enjoying it and what's going on, then that's it spurs you on. It's motivation.
It rubs off, doesn't it? It rubs off if you can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I always loved that. Like from when I first got into. No, that's it. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. When I first got into it. Yeah. That was like my favourite thing about it.
Wow.
So you can see like see all that water that's coming out of there.
Yeah, definitely. These
ones are quite thin, so they don't need that much time.
Okay.
So probably just another couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And then what we'll do is just wrap the fish up.
Okay.
With the butter inside.
Amazing.
And just set it up in there.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, eh?
Lovely. So at your restaurant then, because I suppose for me eating out's like a whole experience, isn't it? It's not just the food, like we've just said. So it's that environment you're in. How important is that to you in terms of as soon as people walk through the door to your restaurant, like what do they see? What do they get?
Right. So that's interesting you ask that, right? Because when I was setting up the restaurant, I thought I want to take away everything that I hate about restaurants and put in everything that I love. Yeah. So one of the first things for me is being instantly acknowledged. So when you walk into a restaurant, I feel like a knob if I'm stood by the thing and it's like...
And you're waiting around?
Yeah. So first thing through the door, big bar.
Wow.
Straight, like literally there. So first thing you see is a smile. You know what I mean? Someone ready to see you. Yeah. And you know, I hate formality, I hate stuffiness. So the menu is all small plates, but that's because you have to have a conversation. Right, there's always a buzz. Yeah, there's always a buzz. So things like that, I think there's so much about, for me, restaurants, very often the food is not like the least important thing.
No, I know what you're saying.
Good food can't save a shit restaurant. Yeah. Like, but a good restaurant can have all right food. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, because I've eaten in some 3-star places and I've not enjoyed the experience. Simply because...
I've never eaten in a 3-star and enjoyed.
No.
Not being funny.
But it's the environment, it's stuffy, no one's really...
Don't put that bit on there. Because
I've never eaten in a 3-star and enjoyed.
Some of them are people that I know. Actually, don't put that on.
God, yeah. So, but it's true, isn't it? Like, it's all about that experience of dining, and if you sat there and it's stuffy, you're not going to enjoy it. No matter how good the food is, you're not going to enjoy it.
One of the biggest things that people say about a Cornerstone is the music.
Oh, really?
Like, so because the kitchen, for anyone who's not seen it, this big sort of square room, and the kitchen's all in the middle, like a central island.
Oh, right.
And all the tables are around it. Yeah. So there's not like a bad table. You know, sometimes you go there, you're like, by the toilet.
In the corner.
Yeah, exactly. So everything is around. So it's like everyone sort of gets the same experience. And what I do is when I set up on the pass, I get my phone there and I link the Spotify to it. Okay. So it's like if if it's a quieter, you can have sort of more chilled vibe. Okay. Or if it's, a buzzy Friday night, we just start
ramping it up a little bit.
I want the chefs to be singing along. I want people to be done. I want to see people like
amazing.
And that is like, that for me is what a restaurant should be like. It should be somewhere that is fun. Yeah. like no one wants to go there and like, you know, you're out with your missus or whatever, and you feel like you got to whisper.
Fuck
that. Like, so I'm just gonna do this.
Right, what we got here then?
Fold that back.
Yeah.
And then what we're gonna do. Now the thing with this is, you want to get as much of the butter. Sorry, that's a bit of butter, isn't it?
Well, that's nice.
You want to make it. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's really.
I didn't mean to sound surprised then.
No.
But it's just.
But that's
really nice.
that butter's amazing for you know, keeping in the fridge, like new potatoes for asparagus, anything that's like unbelievable. You make that and just leave it in the freezer.
Yeah.
So you want to get as much butter in as possible. So if you look at that,
I really like pack it in then.
Yeah. Because then when we panny it, like even if it's a bit leaking shown on the sides, then it's gonna, you know, in the flouring and breadcrumb or whatever. It's gonna be, and just fold that over like that there.
Oh mate.
Look at that, eh?
Yeah, it's like a nice sandwich.
Yeah, beautiful that.
Yeah, stunning.
So then, now I'll get a bit of cling film.
Yeah, I've got some in there, dude.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
And just wrap it back over.
Okay.
Let's move this.
How does this work? This looks technical.
You can tell I'm in working for ages, like, state of this, look. that's a furlough setup.
So what have you been doing during furlough then? And the whole lockdown situation?
I learned French, I learned how to do the guitar, I was doing runs every day.
So you can whack a Hendrix tune out, can you?
No, I sat on my arse and did nothing. Really? I enjoyed the time off, seriously.
Well, this is it, isn't it? In a hectic world,
and like we couldn't do, because with the facility we've got, we weren't able to really do any like takeaway or anything.
Right, okay.
Or certainly not to a standard that I would have been happy with.
Yeah.
So rather than trying to force it, and I mean, you know, luckily for us, we've got a landlord who's really, really good to us.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of people that haven't, and I often feel a bit bad because, you know, we made it out a lot sort of unscathed.
Yeah.
To other restaurants.
Yeah, definitely.
But so yeah, we were able to survive just with the furlough and, you know, the government grants, whatever. Yeah. So I just took it as a bit of a holiday, to be honest. Yeah. Like just reevaluate. And to be honest with you, I think that's really good. I know a lot of the chefs said that it was really good for them to actually, you know, take some time with their families, with their girlfriends, friends.
Well, in a chefy world, you don't get much time, do you? No, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal.
I'll stick that in the freezer.
Right, freezer's down there, dude.
Cool.
Which one? Right, Babs, what have we got now? What's cracking?
So the next thing I'm going to do is the basil hollandaise. So
nice.
You've got that butter inside, so all the flavours running through it is like pesto, So you've got pineapple, you've got parmesan, garlic, whatever. Yep. So then you've got the basil hollandaise, which is real nice. Okay. So it's classic stuff. Yep. But it's just nice, man. Yeah. The hollandaise is just, I love that sort of, you know, them comfort food sort of food. But it's nice with this one because you make it with oil rather than butter, so it's a bit lighter.
It's not as rich.
Yeah,
right, okay.
So
what we got in there?
Egg yolks there.
Yep.
First, bit of mustard.
Lovely.
Easy ones.
So what's the reason for doing it this way?
So what you want to do with it, so there's like things like this, like mayonnaise and stuff. That sort of one. They're called emulsions, and basically what emulsion means is when you sort of bring in two things together, like two fats together. So the egg yolks. You can do like a cold one, where you just whip it up like mayo. Yeah. But then with this one, you want to make what's called a savion. So you do it over the water like this. Yeah. Because you just want to like really lightly cook the eggs. Just put a little splash of water in there.
Right. Okay.
So then you just cook the eggs a little bit. Yeah. And then you start going in with your oil. So you see there, there's the water boiling up. Yeah. So it's not too intense the heat. No, exactly. Yeah. Because otherwise you just get scrambled eggs. I mean, you can do it like if you're in the ship just before service. And, you know, it's all going wrong. Yeah. But no, you want to just sort of just lightly do it like that.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
So how long were you at Nathan's for then?
Nearly 6 years.
Were you?
Yeah, it was long. But you know, it's like when you find some. I think we get a lot of with chefs these days, right? Young chefs anyway, and particularly in London. Yeah. Is they just bounce around. Okay. So it's like, you know, they'll go and work somewhere for 6 months or a year. Yeah. And 6 months they don't get off the peeling onions and picking chervil section.
Right, okay,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I'll chef de partie of the chervil section. Like, so I think there's something to be said for when you find somewhere that really sits with you and you really connect to, like with the ethos.
Yeah.
Just stay there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Make it and climb the ladder, do it like that. So, you know, it's not, and also in Cornwall, I mean, there's not, it's got a really good food scene now, but a few years ago, it was quite limited. You had Nath, Rick Stein, or Paul Wainsworth, you know what I mean?
That was it,
you had all that. So, yeah, stuck there 6 years, sent me up to London, and rest history.
Was it hard to leave?
Cornwall?
Yeah.
No. 28 years in Cornwall.
Right, okay.
I've been in a retirement age. No, it's a lovely place to go back and visit Cornwall, and but for me, like, I mean, I like the city now. I mean, East London for me, I'd connect with so much more. When I go home to Cornwall, I feel like I don't feel like I'm home.
Right, okay. So
you
you're more at home where you are now.
Yeah. Right. So that one there, so you can just see that's thickened up.
Yeah, lovely.
Right.
So that's just 3 egg yolks, some mustard, a bit of water.
A bit of water, a little bit of lemon juice.
Okay, yeah.
You get the lemon juice in just to cut through. So then what you do then, just turn that one off.
Yep.
And then just going to start. You can help me with this actually.
Okay, yeah.
You can do something.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, I was quite happy just drinking beer, if I'm honest.
So this is nice basil oil.
Okay.
So you're just going to put that in.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Go on.
Keep going.
Tricep workout now.
I'm glad I'm not doing
on that.
I'm glad I'm not doing the whiskey.
You used to have this chef, right?
Go on.
Years ago, and we used to. We'll keep going. And we that'll do for a sec.
Okay.
And then lie down. And we used to have this chef years ago back in Cornwall, and we had this lamb dish on with like it's called a sauce. Sort of paloise or paloise or something.
Right, okay.
It's basically like mint hollandaise.
Yeah.
And we had to do, because it was quite a big spot, we would do like a 30 egg recipe. So this is 3 eggs.
Yeah.
So we had 30, And if you don't whisk it quick enough or you add the oil wrong, it splits and it's fucked.
Right, okay. Yeah.
And because he was a cunt, frankly, he would make you do the sabion, and then he would be the one. He was the one who poured the butter or the oil in.
Right. Okay.
And he would honestly, I'm not joking. Every time he would just go like, "See you later." Unfortunately, like a fair bit of practice of that at 20 years old. Do you know what I mean? Same arm movement, intertransferable skills. So
and you're still doing it to this day.
I know, but here we are. And then so that was him. He was the head chef, and then the sous chef.
Yeah.
When you're making the sabion, he'd make you do it on the back. You know, there's the 2 rings.
Yeah.
Make you do it on the back and turn the front one on full blast.
So you
like that, yeah. Horrible.
That's brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Neither of them have got Michelin stars. Neither of them were GQ Chef of the Year.
Were you GQ Chef of the Year?
What, you haven't seen that?
Oh, talk to me about that,
Come
please.
on.
Come on,
You're
talk
joking.
to me about that.
Don't
I
say
can't
that.
be sure you go too much, can I? Come on. GQ Chef of the Year?
Yeah.
When was that? How did it happen?
Fuck knows. No, it's alright. I'm getting drunk now. This is sweet.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it was mad. They said I was shortlisted.
Yeah.
Which I was like, are you joking?
Yeah.
And then I saw the shortlist.
Come on.
I saw the shortlist.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, it's not. Yeah, no chance. No chance. It's nice, isn't it?
Lovely. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. It tastes of basil in it.
The oil.
A little bit more. So yeah, they said, oh, you're shortlisted. And I looked at the shortlist and it's like Claire Smith, like 3-star.
Yeah.
Hugely important for women in the restaurant industry.
Yeah, Max.
And Sophie Pick, like unbelievable, like heritage from her family, like done absolute bits for Akhtar Islam, who's amazing, obviously Indian chef. And I was like, well, you know, it's nice to be shortlisted.
Yeah, lovely.
And then they like said, you've won, and I was like, nah. Like the PR said, oh, just so you know, like they've told us you've won. I was like, nah. I was like, I'm not. I don't believe you.
Not having it.
I want a confirmation email.
Yeah.
But then it was cool. Well, it's a bit annoying, like, cause, you know, there was no award ceremony this year. So it's like, it's typical. Same with Michelin. So So there's no.
Yeah, there's no
best
ceremony.
party. Oh, I've been able to go to the Michelin party for like 3 years.
Well, we missed the Observer Food Awards party.
Exactly.
As well,
Yeah.
I mean, we like that
when I won the star, it's like for the last 3 years I haven't been able to go, and all my pals are coming out. Yeah. Brad and everyone. They're all in London, and it's like being not allowed in the club because you've got the trainers on. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's me. I'm just sat at home like watching it on YouTube.
Yeah. Not enjoying
cheers,
it,
lads. Right.
Okay.
Cool. So the hollandaise is done.
Yeah.
Just going to set that to one side.
Okay.
And then we will pane the fish. So
pane meaning put it in a pan.
No, pane. Pane.
It's a bit more posh.
Yeah. No, it's so flour, egg, and breadcrumb.
Okay. Oh, okay. Like you would do a chicken nugget.
Like you would do a chicken Kiev.
Oh, chicken Kiev.
Or a Hake Kiev.
So that's been in the freezer now. So what's the?
I bet I sound like such a dick when I said that GQ thing anyway.
No, I like
so
it. That's it.
Knobhead.
Definitely keeping that in.
Definitely keeping that. I want to look at the edit before.
You're not having it, mate. Right. So that's why have you put it in the freezer?
So look, you can see that butter is nice and firm.
Yeah.
So basically, when this cooks right, because if you think about it, yeah, the butter cooks quicker than fish.
Yeah.
So you want the middle to be firm and normally when you cook stuff, meat or whatever, fish, you want to bring it out and have it to room temperature. This one is better cooked from cold, and it's certainly better pane from cold because everything stays in.
Get you.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you want it nice and set in there.
Lovely.
And then we're going to do a couple of layers as well, just to make sure, like, you know what I mean? The butter, keeping all that butter in is like objective number one with this now. So because then you get that nice, and like that sort of oozy, like money shot at the end. You know what I mean? When it cuts through. Yeah. You see people at the table when they do it, and they're like, oh, that's the one. So double layer.
Amazing.
Look at that.
So how are we going to cook this then?
Just going to do it in I'm going to do it in a pan, and you can deep fry it. Okay. But I'm going to just shallow fry it in a pan and then just finish it through the oven.
Oh yeah, amazing.
Cool. So look, one layer.
Yep.
Like that, and then back again. Through there. And I mean, this is like old. This is real old school sort of stuff. This is very old school sort of techniques. But you know, so they're classic for a reason. You know what I mean? Yeah,
definitely. So in your restaurant then, in terms of sourcing stuff, is that an important factor for you?
The most important part.
Is it?
Yeah, more important than the cooking.
Yeah.
The chefs are almost like the least important part of the process, I think. Customers and suppliers, the two most important. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I don't, for all the gas I'm giving, I'm not that good of a chef. I don't know that much stuff about actual cooking.
Okay.
Frankly, I really don't. I'm all right. I know what I do, but so everything is just very simple with what we do, right? But also, I mean, that's the best way with fish. It's like one of your lads was saying about, you know, we have a lot of cured fish and stuff on the menu. Yeah, because if it's good, like, you don't need to cook it.
The quality's good.
Yeah, exactly. That's it's the best thing to do. Is like, you can't improve on nature. You know what I mean? No. So you can't make it better than what nature does. So just keep it simple. So if you start off with a shit bit of fish, and you're doing all that stuff, you know, it's the cliche that people say that there's nowhere to hide. But there's really not. So you have to make sure that it's good. And also, I think that's one thing that we really have, that I've got such a knowledge of from growing up in Cornwall, from like seeing it. I mean, things like, so when I first come to London, I was really concerned about the quality of the fish, because in Cornwall the supply chain is so much shorter. So
straight off a boat,
mate. Often when I was working with Nath, one of your jobs in the afternoon would be drive down to the seafront and meet the crab guys off the boat, literally
just off the boat.
We would get fish coming into the kitchen, still kicking. Fish has been caught and it's still going. So that's, you can't replicate.
No,
you can't. So, but what you can do is we have these like relationships with the suppliers who we've known for so long. They know exactly what we want, right? They're not going to piss us around. They know we won't accept it. Not in like a dickhead way.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
They know the quality you expect.
The sort of the rule with us at Cornerstone is I would never buy stuff off a supplier I wouldn't go for a pint with. So do you know what I mean? Like if they don't seem sound and they're not, they're not sort of honest. Yeah. Like I don't want to give them my money.
You're not interested with.
No, exactly. So yeah, that was key, and I think there's a lot of, you see things in London, you're just like, no, it's not good fish.
Yeah.
It's like people are talking about like Billingsgate Market and stuff. It's like, okay, that's almost like, when you see a steak in Tesco's and it says 21 day matured.
Yeah.
We all know that, as chefs and whatever. Yeah. We know that's basically saying that it's not very good. Yeah. But they write it on there because they think it's a thing. So a lot of people are like, they don't understand fish and seafood, and I don't mean that in like a superiority sort of thing. It's just that they don't have that experience. Using having seen it and grown up around
having been on the coast and done all that.
28 years in Cornwall. Yeah. You're around a lot of fish and a lot of seafood. You know these people. So
exactly.
You have to use that and use it to the best of your ability.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So let's go with this.
Amazing.
Look at that. You get that in. Get a nice colour on that.
Yep. Beautiful.
Nice, isn't it? Tidy up a little bit.
So have you got any like, do you have a business plan in your head? Do you go like, no, right, in 5 years time I want to do this?
No.
Or are you just...
I'm honestly far too stupid for that. Like, I don't know all that stuff. I know how to, I always pass it off as being the creative.
Yeah, I'm the creative. I don't have to think about that kind of stuff.
And then I just, I employ people, and I've got people around me that are much better at that. Yeah. I'd love another restaurant.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd love one. Okay. And that's something that we, is sort of in the sort of the thoughts now. Yeah. But I mean, it's like a cornerstone. Like, it's not some like master strategy that it worked out how it did. Yeah. It's not some like genius masterstroke. I used to like going to raves in Hackney Wick, and the rent was cheap, and I thought it was cool. So that's what it was. And everyone's going, wow, you really like cornered the market. I was like, yeah, wandering around at 3 a.m. and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But,
that'll do.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do.
But no, it's, so I've got people that work for me that do all that, and they're a lot more clever with that sort of stuff. So now with this one, is like the idea is you just want to get like that nice, even sort of crispy coating. Yeah. And then we'll whack it through the oven just to finish it off.
Amazing.
And what I'll do as well is I'll chuck a few of the little basil leaves in there.
Okay.
Got this nice crispy sort of garnish. Yeah. Beautiful. And also just like lightly flavours the oil while it's cooking.
Yeah, wow.
I love this stuff, don't you? We always do, well, I mean, you deep fry it at work, but like, it's quite nice, just doing it like in a pan, old school. It's good.
Yeah. So are you always there then? Are you always at the restaurant? Are you quite hands-on, or are you?
No, I am. Yeah. I like to be there as much as possible. Yeah. The staff like me to be there as little as possible, it seems. No, the team I've got, do you know what? They're unbelievable, and I can't take credit for it all anymore. Yeah. Because they run away with it. They are. Yeah. They're my favourite human beings in the world. I know people say that, and it's a bit David Brent, like all the staff are important. They are family, and I love and what they do, and the way they get involved, and it's like it's their restaurant. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not just my. This is one of my the Kiev is one of my junior chefs came to me.
Really?
It was like, I want to try. I've got an idea for a dish. Wow. I was like, cool. And it has to come from everyone. Yeah. Because if people feel like they've got ownership of something and they it's like if I go to you, right, this is how I want you to fold this towel. Yeah. And you do that, right? Yeah. You'll do it, and then if you're tired or you're hungover or you can't be fucked, you'll just do it, and you might do a 7 out of 10 job. Yeah. If I say to you, right, I want you to think of like a really nice way to do whatever.
That task. Yeah.
Yeah. And they come up with themselves. Yeah. Obviously you need to approve it or whatever, but if you do that, then they will honestly...
There's more accountability there, isn't there? They're in control of that. Exactly. Right, so what we're doing with that there?
Whack that in the oven for a bit.
But what temp?
Just like 200,
okay.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah. Just get that in there, that's just going to be sort of like maybe 3 minutes.
Okay.
And get it out. But
beautiful.
But yeah, no, if you, and also, it's like anything, it's like, if you've got creative people, like number one, you want to breed that creativity, right? You want to nurture it, and you want to encourage it and like bring it out of people. But also, like, you can only have so many good ideas yourself, yeah. So if someone brings something along, you're like, do you know what I mean? It's great. Like I love that, and it's like people need to feel valued as well, right? Okay. So it's saying about those people that go, 6 months on the chervil section. Yeah. They don't feel valued because they are just a cog in the works. Yeah. If people would feel like they're part of it and they want to be involved that, and that to me, I buzz off that now, like because we've won a lot of awards and things and got stars. So for me now, my buzz is like watching them go forward. Thrive. And I had that obviously with Nath. Yeah. Me and Nath cooked a dinner at a place in East London called the Marksman pub, which is an unbelievable pub. And it's owned by two of the nicest blokes in the world, John Rotherham and Tom Harris. Yeah. And they worked at St John. Okay. Yeah. For a long time. And they got the pub, and Fergus Henderson, who's obviously like just a legend. Yeah, absolutely. He comes to, they were calling them the cookbook dinners. Where, so it was like a chef would pick their favourite cookbook, cook a menu from it, and so Nath did it for Rich Simon, I was helping him, and they were like, oh yeah, Fergus will be down later, and so Fergus come, and he walks down and he walks in the kitchen. And he's like, hello, everyone. Big hug, kiss everyone, knows the KP, sitting talking. And I was like, do you know what? Fuck money, fuck awards. I want that, right? So I want to be, first of all, I want to be them, having, Nath come in, and then one day I want to be doing that with someone else. And I think for me, that's like, that's your drive. That's all I want. That's it. That's all I want. Lovely. And, these guys that work for me, they'll go off and they'll do amazing things. They're better than me. James, my head chef, he's like, when James first applied for a job, I wasn't going to take him on because he's so much better looking than me, number one. Right, he's the most handsome geezer I've ever met. So I was like, not having him around. But he was so talented, I couldn't do it. He started working with me. But James will go off and do. He'll have an amazing restaurant. And Alex and Aaron and Kelly, my pastry chef, is like the most talented people. But like, I want them to go off and do that. I mean, what more of a compliment to yourself? Do you know what I mean? Than to go and do that. Definitely. Right, we've got a little Pinot Noir here. Oh, go on. So why is this Pinot Noir, Rodders? Pinot Noir, but why is this going to be good? Because this is a red wine. Yeah. And that's fish. So, traditionally, so it's people always do think that you can't have red wine and fish. Yeah. But it's about what red wine it is. Okay. Nice chilled, light red wine like that. Yeah. Beautiful. This is quite a meaty dish as well. Okay. Because you've got the way it's cooked is quite sort of meaty. So I'm just going to put a few of these little basil leaves in there now. Oh yeah, just to fry up. And so you've got a nice little sort of bit of garnish, but as well it's just flavouring that. Yeah, stunning. You smell that straight away. It's quite light, isn't it? Yeah, quite a nice light one. And I think it's interesting. For me, a chilled red wine or a light red wine on a hot day is the best one. But you never think like. No, you wouldn't. No. So definitely, that's but like. Saying about that, that's one of my favourite things that we do about fish is like not think of it like fish. Okay. It's not like, oh yeah, we need to get like a whole thing, brown butter, capers. Yeah. It's not that. It's like about doing something a bit more. But I suppose if all you do is fish, the menu then can be quite creative, can't it? Yeah, totally. Because you're taking people through that journey still. Oh, completely. And I mean, just with fish. Yeah, exactly. And like, some of the things we're sort of best known for is like our charcuterie. Yeah. Making charcuterie with fish and like that's not amazing. Something that's. I was known as sausage as well at one point. I went to you are? Right, amazing. So right. Fish on, a little bit of salt on that. Yeah. And like, I mean, look, this is like quite a rustic sort of version of this, but yeah, it's just nice. You know what I mean? It's just tasty. Yeah, it looks absolutely stunning. Get that one. Good old bit of hollandaise. Lovely. So you're back open soon? 18th of May. Amazing. Just when we can finally start getting people back inside. Yeah, can't wait. Yeah. Can't wait. I bet. Can't wait to get back. It doesn't feel right, you know what I mean? It's like just sitting on your ass all the time. It's like, if that's your passion and it's been taken away, what do you do? Exactly, yeah. Mate, that looks incredible. There you go. Look at that, eh? Beautiful. Right. Then. Should we do the little cut through? Let's do a cut through. You can do a cut through. I'm going to get some
thoughts.
We're going to eat it as well.
Yeah, can we eat it? Yeah. We're allowed to.
Yeah. Oh, I hope so. Let's hope it's cooked on it.
Is that going to be hot?
Cool.
Right, you do it. Where's your wine? Look,
there we go.
put that up there.
Go on then.
Go on then.
If I must. Right. So you got, look. Look.
Oh, mate. Ah.
Get all that butter coming out. Awesome.
Beautiful.
That, eh?
It's crispy.
You see that when you got that sort of cold butter, so it makes it like.
So the idea is to keep the butter slightly cold in the middle?
Yeah, so it just comes, so you just got it there when it's just sort of starting to leak out. Look at that.
Amazing. Wow. Right, let's give this a go, come on. Yeah.
Yeah, that bangs.
Yeah, mate, that is absolutely amazing. Well, look, dude, thank you.
Cheers, man.
We really appreciate it.
Mate, I love it.
Guys, I'm probably covered in sauce. This has been Cooking with Nuthin. This is Tom Brown. We'll see you for the next one. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Nice one.
Outtakes. Give me an outtake.
I'll leave that there for you, it's ready.
Break it down so for like, I take the head off.
Yeah.
Fillets, so you got some nice fillets.
Yeah. I've bought in as well, the fillet. Tom says he's not very good at fishing. Next time.